Hey, how you doing? Welcome back to Pepper School. I am Eric. I am your Barmy Farmer here at the Garden of Apologies, and this is episode 9. So what we have for you today, so you join me here on my skeletal cat pepper plate, because it is always cat time here at the Garden of Apologies. Right, Marmalade? That's right. So I have an ahi mango, a second baccatum, so it's a Trepadeira Werner, chocolate 7 pot. This is a Giant Cayenne. If you've seen episode 8 where I talked a bit about plant genetics, I made reference to this pepper there. There's also a yellow scorpion, but this is an interesting yellow scorpion, so hang tight. And this guy here, which is a mystery pod. The plant was labeled brain collapse peach, but it's ripened red. And it's an elusive pod that I have just thrown into the gravel here as I'm talking to you. So, back to me. First off, let's do the ahi mango. One of my favorite peppers. It's one of the staple peppers behind Go Mango by Soy Sauce. I got my original seed stock from Drew Stevens at Pepper North about 2017. I bought a box of pods and ate the pods, saved the seeds. Every couple of years I refresh the genetics. Yes, Louise. It's always cat time here at the Garden of Apologies. But I refresh my genetics just because I open pollinate and I want to make sure I'm getting the right thing. So this one comes from last batch. I believe I picked up extra seeds from Refining Fire. There. That's Jim Duffy's company. He is a terrific grower. So, our first baccatum. Let's pop her open here. Exactly what you expect from this pod shape. Smells a little bit grassy, but lovely pepper. This is a baccatum. Again, it hits about 10,000 to 30,000 Scoville heat units. Those are nice pods. Really like the ahi mango. It's got a hint of sweetness. It's very similar to a Sugar Rush peach, but it's got more of a fruity flavor. I don't want to say mango because I've always kind of got the hint of orange, and maybe a hint of vanilla with it. So it's a bit like a dreamsicle pepper. But the ahi mango, absolutely awesome pepper. One of my favorites. So the second baccatum I want to look at today is a Brazilian pepper called Trepadeira Werner. Ahis, baccatums are generally South American peppers. So the ahi mango, a lot of them start off in the Peru area, but it's not guaranteed to have a Peruvian origin. But the Trepadeira Werner is quite definitely a Brazilian pepper. Look at the thickness on the walls there. Nice, firm, chunky pepper. And a little bit of grassiness there on right off the nose. Nice little ball of seeds around the pith there. I got my seeds for this from Baker Creek, a particularly good seed company down in the USA. They're at rareseeds.com if you want to check them out. I'm just looking at the juiciness of this pepper here, just the shine on it. That's a nice looking pepper. And these are originally a wild pepper from Brazil, but they are now at least domesticated enough that I can get these seeds. Wow, that's a nice pepper. Just 10,000 to 30,000 Scoville heat unit, so it's right in that baccatum range. Got a hint of that grassiness, but that's a nice flavor. Nice and sweet, it's fruity. There's a hint of cherry to it. Right up front heat, good mouth heat. I like it. That's going to be a good one. kind of not so much cleansing the palate, but I'm washing down the peppers. No one needs no one needs to see me choking here. Giant Cayenne. I've called this a Giant Cayenne. Sometimes I call it a Monster Cayenne. I don't know the exact background or the proper genetics on this. I just know that about 4 years ago now, I think it was 2019, where I spotted a bushel of these labeled Cayenne at the St. Jacobs Farmers Market, just down from here in St. Jacobs. You know, that's a funny place to put the St. Jacobs Farmers Market, right there in St. Jacobs. But I got a bushel of these peppers, labeled Cayenne, and I've been saving the seeds and growing them out since. Really nice pepper. I've quite enjoyed it, but I don't know if it is a traditional Cayenne. It might have elements of Thunder Mountain Longhorn in there, or whatever. It's hard to tell because I don't know on a Cayenne the air parentheses around the pepper in question. Exactly what you expect. Look at all those seeds. It is just a mess in there. Wow. Yeah. And it does have that Cayenne smell. The slight fruitiness, little hint of floral. Go. Just chunk off the end here. There. So not a lot of heat down this far into the pepper, but this is the pepper I've grown for a few years, and I do recognize it. If you've ever picked up a little shaker of cayenne powder from soy sauce, that's what you're getting. So this guy here, there's a bit of a sweetness to it. I think there's a hint of nuttiness, almost like a macadamia nut, perhaps. What are you saying, Louise? Are you agreeing? It's always cat time here at the Garden of Apologies. Yeah. Can you see her? Where's Louise? There she is. There's Mama. But again, lots of seeds, a bit of a sweet fruitiness, a bit of, you said macadamia nuts. That's a cool pepper. But cayennes, they're annuum. Generally, they're about 30,000 to 50,000 Scoville heat units. I'm going to suggest this one's a little bit lower than that. Definitely on the milder end of the cayenne, but it does have that really terrific flavor. All right, now that we have the mild peppers out of the way, 2 baccatums and the annuum, let's get into the chinenses party. So, do the chocolate 7-pod first. They're called 7-pot or 7-pod, depending on who you ask. It's basically an interchangeable term. The premise is that these peppers are hot enough that you can use it systematically through 7 pots of stew and make all 7 of them nice and hot. So originally these peppers are from Trinidad. There are countless colors of 7-pot. Red, yellow, chocolate, orange, you name it, there's a color in 7-pot. Probably not blue. Never seen, wait, no, I have seen a blue pepper. So maybe there's a blue 7-pot, who knows. But the chocolate guys here, they run from about 900,000 Scoville heat units. They peak up about 1.85 million Scoville heat units. The average on a chocolate has actually been quantified at 1,169,058 SHU. So, with enough hype on the pepper, let's get on into it and see what we have. Have a look down with me here. So, see the capsaicin oil in there. It's it has the floral kind of perfumey smell that you often get with chocolate pods. Quite thin-walled, nice thin pepper. Hello, Igor. Always cat time here in the Garden of Apologies. What do you say, bud? Don't dump the ghosts. Thank you. Let's see. What side do I want to try? Maybe this little loopy down here at the end. Pepper chunk. Here we go. Yep. Chocolate pods. Had a hint of sweetness there for a couple of seconds. Then I've got a very peppery kind of mouth heat over there. A little bit of floral with it. A little bit of the back of the throat sting. Then those are chocolate pods. They are not always pleasant. They usually have that kind of floralness to them. So if you're using them for hot sauce, you have to pair them with ingredients that will pick up the heat but then mask that floral. Nope. Better than some because it has that really fruit forward, but I cannot say I'm a fan of chocolate pods. They are good to work with, but man, they're crap to eat. And that is not a brown joke. Okay, into scorpions. So about the same timeline as when I got the Giant Cayenne. I had a bad crop that year. About 4 years ago. I was still learning some of the things I know how to do now. So I've mitigated some of the problems I had, but I can't change the weather. So on a bad season, you get what you get. So I bought a box of mixed scorpion pods that someone had up on a Facebook marketplace. They came in with red, yellow, and chocolate pods. I saved the seeds from them and planted them out. For a couple of years, some of the yellow pods were ripening into what I called a mustard color. So you've got the same yellow we've got here, but there was a patina over the top of it where you could just see this yellow through the cracks, and the rest of it was a dark olive green. So that grew consistently like that for 3 years now, to the point that I put mustard scorpions in the special advisory edition of Blame Canada. This year, one of the mustard plants reverted back to yellow. Plants are weird like that. Peppers do their own thing. So it was yellow, and then it was green, and then it was green, and now it's yellow. Your guess is as good as mine, but here we go again with the plant genetics. Let's see what we got going on here. Nice big open pod there. That shape, it looks almost like a guitar with a broken neck. And same thing again, but in reverse. You can see the shine in there. Definitely have some capsaicin oil. A ball of seeds up in the pit at the top. Very floral. Very sharp scorpion kind of smell. Yeah. This is probably going to hurt. So, yellow scorpion. There's nice sweetness there. Getting a little bit of fruitiness. I'm getting the back of tongue, back of throat burn that I expect from scorpion peppers. Got a little chunk more here. Notes of bell pepper there. And something tropical there that I'm not quite putting my finger on. Peach, perhaps? Either way, yellow scorpion. They run about 800,000 to, they can peak up to about 1.8 million. They generally don't get much beyond 1.2 million on the yellows, but it's certainly a decent pepper. Not too bad, not too painful, bit of a throat tingle there, and the flavor makes it worthwhile. Nice. That is workable. And the last treat we have for today is the mystery pod. This was over my section labeled brain collapse peach. And you know, a couple episodes ago, I tried the brain collapse peach. It was an utterly delicious pepper, but brutally hot. It just floored me. So I'm a little bit better prepared today. I've eaten 2 bagels, so I've got a good belly full of bread for getting down these guys. If this is a brain collapse pepper, then I'll throw the nod out to Drax Diego, who is an Italian grower who first created it. And if I recall correctly, I got my seeds from white hot peppers. So with open pollination, you never know what's going to happen. And this could be the case here, where it was a brain collapse peach that picked up something else. If it is brain collapse peach, it'll run that range of 900,000 to 1.8 million. But let's have a look here and see what we've got. Very thin. Very damp pepper. Definitely get some capsaicin oils in there. A little bit of a shine going on. Nice batch of seeds. And this will be easy because I just have to walk in that door right over there, but go big or go home. Oh, there it is. So a nice upfront fruitiness on that. Very tropical again. With tropical flavor. Very sweet. But it's a strong, almost debilitating heat that comes on. I've got right on the back of my head here. Wow. That's an impressive pepper. I don't know if that is a brain collapse peach, but it's got a similar flavor, similar body effect. So I'm going to go out and call this a brain collapse red. And sort of I'll throw that in pencil on the seed packet. Because that's what it certainly seems to be to me. Mystery pod, I think that's a brain collapse. Thank you very much for watching. This is Pepper School. I hope you're enjoying watching me walk through these peppers, and I hope you're learning as I am as well. Because I've been doing this for 9 years now, and it is always a learning process. I'm always learning new things, and every new season is an exciting new start. We're coming to the end of the 2023 season right now, but I'm already excited about 2024, where I have an extra 2,000 square feet of regenerative organic farmland I have reserved and leased for next season, and I've just picked up an additional 20 by 30 greenhouse. So that'll be my springtime project here in the Garden of Apologies. Until then, I'm eating peppers and talking to you. Thank you very much. Please subscribe if you feel so inclined. And all the cool kids are sharing this with their friends. Huh?